my duty to inform the House that it is the member for Lac Saint-Louis.
Oh, wow. So, is that Casey? No, Casey's the other one. This is, sure that's his name. Thank God it's not Fergus. Francis, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Andrew. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Prime Minister. Thank you.
Ça, c'est les premiers mots que vous dites, puis après ça, vous allez faire un discours de remerciement.
Alors,
Or
honorable député.
honorable members, I beg to return my humble acknowledgments to the House for the great honor you have been pleased to confer upon me by choosing me to be your Speaker.
Je vous remercie très sincèrement.
I sincerely thank you for placing your trust and confidence in me. First, on behalf of everyone, I wish to thank the Dean of the House of Commons, the member for Bécancour Nicolet Sorel, Aldubac.
Pour son savoir.
I thank the Dean for his know-how and savvy, for his sense of humor, and for his wealth of experience in Parliament. I'd also like to thank all candidates who put their name forward in today's vote. I commend them on their inspiring speeches today.
Special mention and thank you for the member of Hull-Aylmer, who took the reins of the speakership at a difficult moment.
Stop clapping for him. Stop. Fergus does not deserve a clap.
At the end of a mandate, when things tend to get a little feistier, I would remind members that we are at the beginning of a mandate in the selfish hope that you will afford me a little grace period. Once again, thank you for your confidence. I have few words because, well, we all have things we want to accomplish, and we've been away. Thank you, colleagues.
We'll see. We'll see how he is. He seems calm enough, but we'll see how he handles question period when things get spicy. There's the mace.
The Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Mr. Speaker. Merci beaucoup. C'est pas correct, hein? OK. Merci beaucoup. Merci tout le monde.
Thank you very much. Thank you, everyone.
Rise in this House for the first time. I hope you will permit me to thank my constituents in Nepean for the great honour of being a member of this committee. And I'd like to thank Canadians, Mr. Speaker, for the trust that they have put in this government, but in all members of this great House. Hear, hear. Votre élection.
Your election shows the respect that people have in you here in the House of Commons. For over 20 years, you have served the people of Lac Saint-Louis with devotion, with wisdom, and with heart, and with dignity as well. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Now, Mr. Speaker, I have much to learn from the members of this great House. I will make mistakes. I have no doubt that you will call them out for good reason. Because this House has rules, it has traditions, and it's on those traditions that our Athenian democracy is founded. As we so rightly say. Yes, we are Athens. They are Rome. On va triompher.
We will prevail. We're in the golden age of Athens.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. You have my support.
The Honourable Leader of the Official Opposition.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Premièrement, Monsieur le Président.
First of all, Mr. Speaker, a huge congratulations to you. You've gotten the support of this House to manage this House for the next months, years. Who knows? We'll see.
To indulge myself to take this opportunity to thank the voters of Regina Capel and indeed our spouses. I'd like to thank my wife Jill for the sacrifice that she and my family make, as do all our spouses and significant others. You have just taken charge of an office that is almost as old as Parliament itself. It emerged in the Middle Ages when the Commons needed a spokesman to air its grievances to the King. A task that probably wouldn't stand up to the safe workplace guidelines that exist today. And as we heard from our Dean, until the 17th century, the Speaker's loyalty was to the Crown rather than to MPs, and they were often blamed if they delivered bad news to the monarch. 7 speakers were beheaded between 1394 and 1535, and many more were imprisoned. Managing monarchs was a delicate undertaking. One speaker, John Wenlock, during the War of the Roses, when no one could be sure who would end up as king, he tried to hedge his bets by fighting for both the York family and the Lancastrians. It didn't work out too well for him, though. He died at the Battle of Tewkesbury. But of course, he wasn't the last politician to try to be on both sides of a contentious issue. And I dare say we may find some Liberal MPs voting for things that they were very recently voting against. But gradually, the Speaker's role became one of representing Parliament rather than the monarch. And it wasn't until the Victorian era that impartiality of the Speaker became the norm. Now, it might no longer be a requirement to stand up to kings and queens, but you may find yourself having to stand up to other offices of authority. And if such a moment presents itself, we trust you will stand with those speakers who came before you, who defended this institution on behalf of the people. As I look back over the last few parliaments, we did have some trying times. We witnessed injuries from flying elbows, F-bombs dropped, and a few appearances of one member in a state of undress. I did hear that CPAC was considering putting a warning on the daily broadcasts, may contain violence, coarse language, and nudity, but so far they haven't had to do that. The speakership itself has been tested, with, unfortunately, some speakers caught in the middle of scandals themselves. I have heard it said that it's all gone downhill since the last time a Conservative was elected Speaker, but I couldn't possibly comment on that. In all seriousness, though, Mr. Speaker, you are not the Commissioner of Parliament, you are the servant of the House, and that is an important dynamic. You are held accountable by the members, and each of us are accountable to our voters. Debates should be passionate. They should be lively. The lives of Canadians are changed by the decisions we make, and so it is normal that members get enthusiastic and fiery. When the stakes are so high, often the best thing you can do is allow the players to play a little bit. This is where the government is held to account. They have an enormous amount of power, and we, parliamentarians, must provide ruthless scrutiny on every dollar taken out of their pockets, every infringement on their liberties, and every single decision this government makes. Of course, every parliament has its own unique challenges and messy moments, but as Winston Churchill said, democracy is the worst form of government, except for all the others that have been tried. Monsieur le Président,
Mr. Speaker, you have our support for your speakership.
Our support and our best wishes for your speakership over this parliament. Merci beaucoup. Thank you very much.
Nothing but class, man. Nothing but class.
The Honourable Member for Bailleau-Chambly. Mr. Speaker and esteemed colleagues, I would be remiss not to note that I'm slightly further away from you than I used to be, which will force us to be as courteous as possible while still increasing the volume of our voice. It'll show that when it's time for action, numbers don't mean anything. I would like to congratulate the new Speaker on our behalf. I would also like to thank voters who took part in this democratic exercise in my riding of Bailleau-Chambly or throughout Quebec or throughout the rest of Canada. I would like to note that the Prime Minister made reference to Athenian institutions and that the leader of the official opposition spoke a lot about the monarch. I thought it was going to be the opposite, to be honest. Perhaps we'll talk about it tomorrow. In any case, I would like to share my wishes to this House. We have work to do, and we hope it will be serious work under our new Speaker, a Parliament where I would like to have a bit more of a collegial approach. It would be good for us. It will be good for all members to do so. An approach that would be eminently responsible and accountable. I would like to ask all colleagues, new colleagues and old, to be the best that they can be, to compel us in my party to be as good as we can be. Of course, we'll come back upon our priorities in the next few days. You know our priorities. I want us to think in particular about the importance and the privilege of being in a democracy, because we need, I believe, to rebuild enthusiasm in amongst our voters so that they can go vote in the future for something that they want because of their enthusiasm and hope. And so they wouldn't have in the future to vote because of fear. And I think that we can do so, because in the last few minutes and in the last few weeks, I had the opportunity to talk to a number of you, colleagues, and I've already felt, especially through brief conversations with the Prime Minister and Conservative colleagues, I've felt that we do have the opportunity to have a different, renewed collaboration, which seems to be the only path towards a renewed respect that voters have in us, because they chose for us to be here. And I hope that we will be pleased and happy to undertake this privileged work. And you, Mr. Speaker, are the guarantor of that. Congratulations once again.
The honourable member for Vancouver Kingsway.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Monsieur le Président, on behalf of the New Democratic Party of Canada, I wish to offer our most sincere congratulations on your election as Speaker of the House of Commons. Je tiens à vous adresser nos...
I would like to address our deepest congratulations for your election as Speaker of this House of Commons.
Thank all those who ran for this position and congratulate all returning and newly elected members of Parliament. We have a privileged position in this House. And the role of the Speaker is foundational to the functioning of our parliamentary democracy. As the impartial guardian of this House, the Speaker ensures that debate is conducted with decorum, that all voices are heard, and that the rules of Parliament are upheld with fairness and integrity. In a time when public trust in democratic institutions is being tested around the world, the Speaker's duty is to foster respectful dialogue and uphold the dignity of this House, and that has never been more important. I think we all know that Canadians are facing some of the most difficult times in recent memory. An entrenched housing crisis, rising economic uncertainty, and widespread difficulty accessing timely health care are putting immense pressures on families and communities across this country. And in addition to these challenges, we now face unprecedented threats to our independence and a trade war from the administration south of the border. Now, despite these daunting circumstances, Canadians have responded with resilience, compassion, and unity. They have demonstrated what it means to come together in times of adversity. I think there's a lesson there for all of us. In keeping with the Athenian imagery, I would say this House should have more Plato and less mediocrities. So may this House draw inspiration from Canadians' examples. While we may hold very different views on how best to address these pressing issues, we must not lose sight of our shared responsibility to work together in common purpose to defend the best interests of our country and the welfare of our citizens. Canadian voters have once again elected a minority parliament, a clear mandate for cooperation rather than constant conflict. They have asked us to listen to one another, to find common ground, and to deliver real solutions. No party holds a monopoly on good ideas, and no government is entitled to a blank check. So let us honour the trust Canadians have placed in us by rising to this moment and working together to build a more just, secure, and hopeful future for us all. Monsieur le Président, I am confident
Mr. Speaker,
with wisdom, impartiality, and a steady hand. Canada's New Democrats extend our support and best wishes as you embark on this important chapter of public service. Les Néo-Démocrates du Canada.
The New Democrats of Canada support you and wish you the best as you start this important chapter of your public service. Thank you very much.
The Honourable Member for Saanich Gulf Islands.
Merci, Monsieur le Président, et félicitations.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and congratulations to everyone, and especially the new MPs.
To congratulate our new Speaker and to congratulate all the members elected in this place, whether for the first or for our Dean of the House the 13th time. Congratulations again to every member here. I reflect on what it was like when I witnessed the first Speaker election when I was first elected, and we elected the Honourable Member for Regina Capel. And I'll never forget, the leader of the official opposition stood on that occasion. I commend this to you, official opposition. The official leader of the official opposition, the late Jack Layton, said, "We pledge never to heckle." And that was a wonderful moment. I stood on behalf of the entire Green Caucus, as I do today, and pledge again never to heckle and to do everything possible, Mr. Speaker, to make your work in protecting our rights and ensuring the effective and efficient and honorable conduct of this place such that there will be no need for warnings on CPAC or any other network. Again, to everyone here, let's try our very best. I pause briefly to congratulate the Prime Minister on his maiden speech and again congratulate him for brevity. We look forward to more speeches from our Prime Minister, from the leaders of the official oppositions, and from parties, whether recognized or unrecognized. We are all here for the same reason. We work for Canada, we work for our constituents, and with your wise counsel, Mr. Speaker, we will work hard to make this a parliament that Canadians can be justifiably proud of Canadian democracy.